Hey, we're standing here talking with Tony Genty from Original Parts Group in front of this unbelievably gorgeous 1963 Cadillac. Tony, how are you guys doing? How's SEMA?
Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, it's unbelievable, right? It's a 1963 Cadillac, really unique car. Eldorado hardtop, did make a lot of them. All the Eldorados were convertibles. This car was special order as a hardtop, so we were real fortunate to find it in really good original condition to start our restoration project. And you know, we moved it back to the shop, and we started our 10-month project to get it here to debut at SEMA.
Yeah, well, 10 months, that might sound like a long time, but not for a SEMA car. This guy's worked on it for years, and this thing is drop dead gorgeous. I mean, there's no lies, there's no excuses with this car. Sheet metal is great, and obviously it's got a bunch of OPGI parts on it, right?
Yeah, I mean, the purpose for the restoration the Original Parts Group does is to be able to feature our products and our products within our catalog, not necessarily just our restoration products, but even Eastwood products, you know. So when you're sanding it down and you're getting it down to bare metal, and if you got some rust issues, using those products that are available to obtain the restoration like this. And then of course, when you're finished and it's painted, then you're crowning it off with the hard parts, the emblems and the mirrors and the door handles, all the things that we're making.
Absolutely. Well, you got to have the right tools to do the job right in the first place, and that's where Eastwood comes in. But after that, like you said, you've got a template to display your parts where a guy like me, that maybe I'm restoring a 63 Caddy or a Chevelle or something like that, I can come up here and I can touch and feel and I can see the quality of the plating and I can see the fit and finish and the heart and the love that you guys put into what you do, because that's what it's about, isn't it?
It's completely about that. It's to show that the product we're selling in that catalog, you can buy it with confidence that when you get it at your house and you put it on your car, you're going to have the same fit and finish. We're not doing anything special to these parts. We're pulling them off the shelf and we're bolting them on.
And that's a beautiful thing. And I want to say, I mean, I love a 69 Camaro just as much as anybody else, but thank you guys for paying attention to classics like this, because you're leading the way, you're paving the way for guys like me to be able to do this and restore that. So thank you guys from me and a whole bunch of guys that are watching too.
And I couldn't agree with you more on that. You know, let's get all these cars fixed. You know, let's just not focus on a small segment of cars. They're all great. I'm a car guy, you're a car guy, but let's get these parts available, get these old Cadillacs and Grand Prix and Rivieras, let's get those back on the road as well.
Well, SEMA's all about new products, new stuff coming out. I know you guys have a tractor trailer load full of new products. Let's go take a look at some of the candy that you've got.
Come on, I got some good stuff. Let's go take a look at it. So, Kevin, you know, we're talking about bringing those products to the marketplace for these cars like Cadillacs and Rivieras that we were talking about earlier. So, at the SEMA show this year, we debuted a bunch of new products for the Cadillac market. And well received. You know, I think the people who are restoring these old cars or have these old Cadillacs are finally seeing the ability to say, hey, you know what, I can replace the dash pad or headlamp bezels and all these different things. So
well, if anybody's ever tried to bodywork a dash pad and straighten an original one out and recreate that pattern in the top, it's impossible. It's impossible. And that looks like a showroom piece, man.
Right, and you know, I don't care how good of condition the car is, garage finds, whatever, dash pads have all cracked, right? They dry out, you know, somebody's hit it at one point,
well,
it's cracked.
Here's what happens. You get a nice original car, it looks great. You throw a paint job on it, you try and put your old door handles and mirrors back on, and guess what? It doesn't hold up to the quality of the paint. So now you're chasing a list of parts.
Absolutely.
So somebody can go to your catalog, even after the fact, you got what he needs.
One of the things we're real excited about, passenger side mirrors. So at Original Parts Group, we are sourcing out original NOS passenger side mirrors for Cadillacs.
Ooh.
Very rare option. A lot of people in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, well, in the 70s they're coming a little more standard, but in the 50s and 60s primarily, they never had a passenger side mirror.
No.
Nobody ever did that.
It was an option.
Well, today, everybody needs a passenger side mirror, you know.
Of course.
We're so accustomed to having two mirrors, so we've been finding NOS mirrors and we're reproducing them, and it looks, not only does it really balance the car aesthetically, but it's also a nice safety feature to have on the car when you're driving it.
Beautiful lenses I'm seeing.
Yeah, new taillight lenses, you know, they always fade and crack, you know, so all the lenses are reproduced to all the factory specs with all the factory markings on them, the door handles, the bezels, and then of course, you know, as we continue around, I mean, the A-body stuff, which is our true core part of our business, we've been doing since, for 35 years, we've been producing Chevelle and GTO parts, so, you know, our dash bezels, our sill plates, our complete console assembly is best in the industry. We've been producing them for over a decade.
Yeah.
It's a complete console that you can, do a conversion or just replace your old one.
Well, a lot of guys are going resto mod, they're modifying their cars, so you want to keep the flavor of the original vehicle. And what I'm noticing is the quality, the QC here.
Yeah.
And the plating on the plastics, it looks like a brand new original piece.
Absolutely. And we do some cool things, like this is throwing the 3-speed, but I make one with an overdrive in it. I got this with the 4-speed, but I can put a 5-speed plate on this using the stock thing. So all the things that people are doing today, you can still keep that original look, but still kind of tweak it up a little bit.
Yeah, because face it, people are driving their cars, and I love this, more so in the industry than ever before. People are doing great restorations, sinking all kinds of money and time into it, and they're going to the autocross, or they're going to go and do the, follow Corky on the Great Race, or something like that. They're using the vehicles in the spirit in which they were intended. They're no longer museum pieces. I love this trend in the industry. It's just fantastic to see.
I think with all the products available from the Original Parts Group and all the great vendors and suppliers that you even see out here at the SEMA show, right?
Yeah.
You can build a car today to drive every day. You don't need to go out and have a Chevy truck. You can go out and get your Chevelle or a Cadillac or Camaro or whatever. You can do your restoration on. You can put aftermarket brakes on and suspension, and steering, and all those components, and then go out and drive it into normal traffic.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of this Chevelle, this black, beautiful convertible, you were telling me every piece of sheet metal has pretty much been replaced on that car.
It's an East Coast car, so everything was rusted, right?
Yeah.
So the only people who don't like that car is the people that have to work on that car to build it, right? So we're adding quarter panels and doors, but paint it black and show the quality of the parts that are available.
Well, Tony, on behalf of all of us knuckleheads that get our hands dirty restoring these cars, thank you for what you do. Keep on bringing us some great stuff, man.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it.